All right, we are here connecting against Aaron. They did bring a lot of, very heavy hitters versus my team. Basically what I expected, except for Swalot, is a huge threat versus me. Really a Pokemon that I was hoping not to see, if I'm not going to lie. It makes it very much harder for me. Gastrodon is here, which makes sense. I feel like Electrode is very good versus this team. And honestly, I mean, Electrode kind of destroys them. I do have Protect, so I don't have to worry so much about the low kicks being that annoying for me. Yeah, I think Electrode, just destroys them, really. I mean, kind of, but also not, So I'll go lead with it. Good luck, have fun. Obviously, this season has been a wash. We are, 0-5? 0-5 at this point. So there's no real making the playoffs. I mean, maybe if we 6-0 our last 3 weeks, maybe it's possible. I doubt it. We could have the run back of a century, but I doubt it's going to happen, which is unfortunate. And I'm disappointed in myself. I know you guys would love for me to make the playoffs in here as well, but it's probably just not going to happen. But I'm looking to have some fun. We do see the low kicks come out. I'm just going to click Protect in this guy's face. If we see the Sword Stance, it's definitely very scary. Man, okay, if they get to +2, +2 with the Sucker Punch from Adamant. +2 Sucker Punch is a not guaranteed knockout, so I'm gonna go for Protect here, as they're just gonna straight up Terra turn 1. If it's Terra Dark, then it would knock me out for sure. They are dark, so I mean, this is very, very scary. If they do Sword Stance this turn, I can just get destroyed by this guy. I really hope that they're just clicking Sword Stance, or that they're not clicking Sword Stance. Yeah, it's just first impression. That's great for me. Now this turn, I can just freely Terra and Volt Switch. Without them being at +2, the max they can do is 70% to me. So I'll go for the Terra Electric and Volt in their face. They have no good switch into this Pokemon. I guess the what is it called? The Gastrodon can switch in if they want to, but I don't know what that accomplishes when I can just hit it with a Giga Drain afterwards. So we're just gonna click Terra Electric. We don't need the Terra on my Bastiodon. I definitely do not need it. And Terra Dark is really tough for me. I was kind of hoping there would be Terra Bug in this game so Bastiodon could wall them a little bit better. But Bastiodon, it does do decent versus them. All right, if this is Black Glasses or even Life Orb, they never knock me out with Sucker Punch here from Max Attack, Adamant, Terra Dark. And we do a good chunk with Volt Switch. Should do 70 min. They are gonna Sucker, which is what I expect. But we always live. Yep. And we get the nice static. That is awesome. We love to see that, man. They're not Life Orb or anything. They brought me down to what, 69 or something around there. So they did just they did 78%. So we saw that it's not Life Orb. Maybe it's Black Glasses. I think Black Glasses makes a lot of sense. I think I can go out to Bastiodon if I want. I also think Dosh Bun is also just a great swap at this percent. So I might as well go out to it. I think I'll click Stomping Tantrum this turn. I also can Wish if I want, but if the Swalot comes out, I do want a Stomping Tantrum into that. It also hits the Steel, it hits everything that would want to switch in on this Pokemon. So I'll click it. It probably does not knock this guy out, unfortunately, but they don't hit me. If they attack me, then it will knock them out. So the Rocky Helmet damage, as they do withdraw, which is what I expect here. Do we see what Copper come in? Venom. This is probably Swalot then. Yes, it is. Okay, so Swalot's going to take a little bit of damage this turn. Not anything crazy. And it takes 25%, which means they're not physically defensive. It means they're probably just max. They have a little bit of Phys Def investment. They have somewhat, not a crazy amount, probably a little bit more specially oriented. I can go to my Claude and set up rocks if I'd like. I can also potentially just get a Wish off, but I don't really think I want to take a hit from this Pokemon. I can go out to Goodra though, which, worst case scenario, they knock me off. I think it's a solid swap here. It also can be a threat if they're set up on this, but I'm not Iron Defense. I am Cursed though, because they're just going to knock me off. That's fine. It really could have been worse. And I think, I mean, Heavy Slam does a lot to this guy. If they swap in, I mean, there's no great swap. The Gastro is what I'm worried about coming in here. Like the double out to Electro to be just great here, but I can't do it with, I don't know. I just can't. Body Press is a little bit scary coming out from this Pokemon. I guess I can Earthquake. And then if they bring in Gastro, I can always swap. I mean, it's not a free swap, but I can swap. I'll go for EQ here. Because if we get this thing out of the way, then we can set up T-Spikes and be in a great scenario versus them. As they're going to Earthquake me back, this shouldn't do very much. I mean, it's a solid amount of damage. And Heavy Slam looks like it's a roll. At this scenario, it's probably about 50-50. I'm going to Earthquake this turn. If they choose to swap to Braviary, that's a good play by them. As they do switch, I think probably Gastro still comes in though, right? No, it's going to be the Braviary. I could have Heavy Slammed this guy and done a ton of damage. Close combat, how much does that do? A little bit too much to me. So I can switch to Dashbun. I think that's my best scenario. Even if they Brave Bird this Pokemon, it's not the end of the world. We're getting a lot of recoil on this guy because we are max physically bulky. I can always Wish Pass back up into my Goodra. So we go Dashbun. Bulk up would be the scariest thing, but yeah, close combat is great for me. That's awesome. That does 0. My goodness, that did absolutely nothing. That did what, 36? Yeah, it's no attack actually, which is quite interesting. I think my play is just to throw up a Wish here. I want to try to keep my other Pokemon healthy if I really want to win this game, because they're going to stay in. I mean, maybe Brave Birding a U-turn is also solid, but we know that there's no investment in speed. So they are going to be that bulk up variant, which is fine. It is fine. I can potentially swap out to Goodra here. I also have Clodsire that can come in here and just click Toxic versus this guy is solid. I do think Clodsire might be my best option. Clodsire, I mean, takes 50% from a Brave Bird, and I would get a lot of health back. And I can set up a Toxic on this guy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. If they do choose to attack here, I feel like Brave Bird makes sense. I'm trying not to let me switch, but close combat also could work as they do Brave Bird. And they're going to take a ton of recoil. And we don't die to the next one. I get Toxic off on this guy. So, which means he can never beat me. It's just Toxic every time. 100% accurate. They can switch to Swalot if they'd like. Which might be the play here. If they do, I probably just set up my rocks in its face. Not gonna lie. They go Mountains. Who is that? A Copper. Okay. Not the end of the world. Copperaja. I mean, this thing's probably gonna hurt me with an Earthquake or something. I mean, I do have Shucka, so I'm not as worried. I do think Earthquake probably comes out this turn. And it's very hard for me to swap into that. So I think I just get my damage on this guy, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think I need some chip. This thing is super threatening. They Heavy Slam into me. We do live, which is great. And we're going to get a ton of damage off on this guy. Yeah, that is awesome damage. And they can probably Earthquake me here, which is the tough spot. Man, that did a ton of Heavy Slam. Are they choice banded? I kind of think they are. Based off of that damage, I think they have to be banded. So I think we can go Goodra here. And I can potentially rest up. I think that's what they have to be for that sort of damage. That was so much. No, they're not. Okay. So, I mean, they just maybe got a high roll or there's something crazy. They're not Life Orb Sheer Force. Huh. I mean, it is what it is. I think we can just go Electrode. Even if they are Assault Vested, we're Terra Electric. Thunderbolt always knocks them out. So So I can always go out to this Pokemon. I even can probably Volt Switch on them, but it's a little bit scary. Volt Switch. Yeah, I just have to T-Bolt here. They're going to let it go down, which is nice. That was a huge threat to my team, but no Goodra is a little bit tough. Maybe I should have sacked. How did they live that? They are Assault Vested? How did they do so much damage to me? And even then, Thunderbolt was a range to kill, just like the Assault Vested stuff we saw last time. Oh man, I'm getting cooked. I'm just absolutely getting cooked, man. You hate to see it. I hate to see it. You probably don't hate to see it as much as I hate to see it. I mean, we get a free Dark Pulse knockout here, but that's just so frustrating. Man, max attack Adamant. There's no way they should have done so much with Heavy Slam to Claude. Like, are you joking? How did they do so much? That's what I'm so confused about. Oh, are they're Heavy Metal as their ability, or whatever ability they get that doubles their whatever. That's crazy. So go out to Gastro. This Pokemon's a huge threat for me. It cooks me a little bit against Iron Jugu. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that many options here. I probably have to sack my Claude. I mean, but what am I going out to after that? It's just a bad scenario. Maybe I just have to Dark Pulse flinch this guy down. But I think I'm going to get bodied now that I lost my Electrode that was so good in this game. I'm going to try to Dark Pulse it. See what kind of damage you're doing to me. As they're just going to be Surf. How much does this do? That does so much damage. Why does Surf do so much to me? That did what? 114? Wow. I mean, if I get a nice flinch, I can be in a solid spot. Come on, give me the flinch. Huge. That is absolutely huge. And I know they're not specially defensive. It looks like Hurricane is a roll to knock them out this turn. So I'm going to go for it. We do hit. Come on, please give me the KO. Nice. That is huge for me. Getting that Pokemon out of the way is really nice when I didn't have my Electrode to be able to take care of it. I'm sure they were Rindo based on them not being leftovers, but damn. We are still in a tough spot because the low kick just destroys me still. Man, the low kicks is absolutely like tough. It's I mean, I don't have a great swap. I mean, okay, never mind. I do have a great swap. I have Dash Bun, which I'm saving. Obviously, if they click me, like click any move into me, it's going to do a lot of damage. But getting the Rocky Helmet off on them is what's most important here. Yeah, first impression, it does a decent chunk. Honestly, it's not terrible for me though. We do hit him with a Rocky Helmet. I get a free wish here. Yeah, just a very, very free wish on this turn. There looks like they're going to kill themselves on Rocky. They are going to knock me off, which is fine. Yeah, we actually live that. Very surprising that I did. But their Terra Captain goes down. That makes this game so much easier for me. I do think that Volcanion is still a huge threat for me though. Volcanion. It depends on what kind of set that they are. Airplane actually comes out here. I mean, yeah, sure, you can bulk up on me. Is that what you're gonna do? I don't want to make a poor play again. So I can obviously protect. I'm just gonna protect, man. I'm gonna protect. I don't think this thing can beat me. They're gonna bulk up. That's totally fine. I think we can still beat this Pokemon. It's going to be a huge threat being at +1 against me. Brave Bird is a roll to not... Actually, no, it's not even. We always live Brave Bird from this range. I'm going to wish. I'm just going to wish again. We wouldn't be doing very much with Play Rough anyways, as they're Roost. Okay, maybe they're able to beat me 1v1. They definitely might be able to beat me 1v1 with Roost. I'm just gonna Play Rough. Hopefully they're not like super physically defensive. I mean, they have a good bit. A Brave Bird this turn. We live on 9. Gonna get some Rocky Helmet chip and some recoil. which is great. I think I have to make an aggressive switch this turn though. I'm predicting a roost from them. I have to go Iron Jugu here. It's my option, like my only option. Really hoping that they click roost. And then I can try to get a ton of damage off on it with Hurricane. Yeah, they do roost. So my Hurricane does a good chunk. Maybe Dark Pulse is a little bit of a better option. It might bring it into range of Hurricane. Okay, let's Dark Pulse. I think I'm gonna lose to this guy. That does not do very much. We do get a flinch though, which is great. Man, that did just over 25. One more flinch would put him in range. Close combat destroys my Bastiodon. I think I go hard dash button here, right? Get the Rocky Helmet chip on you on this Brave Bird that comes out. I think this is the play. Hopefully they don't roost. Roost here would be horrible for me. Yeah, it's Brave Bird. Please knock me out. Great. That's a ton of recoil. This is probably in Hurricane range after the helmet and everything. I mean, it's gonna be a roll no matter what, right? They're max Spadef. They're max Spadef. What are they at? They're 25, 30, 35. Hurricane actually always knocks them out here. I have to click it. We do hit. This should knock him out every time. Huge. Huge. That Pokemon 6-0'd me. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that I made that play. And we're still in the game. Volcanion is a huge threat for me still. That's what they're going out to. I think my play is to sack Claude. I think I always have to sack Claude here. On whatever they go for. I don't have enough to be able to knock this guy out. They might be choice, which would be great for me. I go Bastiodon and I Metal Burst into them. I'm pretty sure Metal Burst works with Assault Vest. I looked this up before. They might be worried that I'm Water Absorb on my Claude. Maybe they're thinking about that. They also could be some sort of like Flame Charge variant and going for that here. In which case I could have protected to kind of scout it out, but it doesn't matter to me. Oh man. Because, okay, my Jugu definitely beats their Swalot for sure. Jugu beats that Pokemon. Bastiodon beats this thing, not like 1v1, but can beat it once. So it's just what I have to hope for. Let's see Steam Eruption come out here. It's Liquidation. They're physical. What? They're physical? What is that? Physical with a Liquidation. I mean, Bastiodon always lives. I think I still Metal Burst into them. Metal Burst should put them in range if they, like, no matter what they hit me with. Yeah, they're gonna Steam Eruption. Okay, perfect. That does a good chunk. I'm Assault Vested. Metal Burst might knock them out. No, it doesn't, but it puts them in range of anything. I just Rock Blast this turn. That's great for me. If I wasn't Assault Vest, it would have been better. I'm worried about this thing being AV'd itself, though. So if they're Assault Vest, Dark Pulse does 30 to 36, Hurricane does 41 to 50. And that's no HP. I think I have to hit a Hurricane. Come on. We do hit a Hurricane. This should probably knock it out. Huge. It's this versus Swalot. And Swalot we know is more specially defensive, but I still do a ton to it. Oh, and it's super in range. It might not be in range of Hurricane, but I don't think we ever die to one. Or it might not be in range of Dark Pulse. It probably is, though. It's not. They're going to Gunk Shot. Please tell me we live. Yes. Huge. We're going to pick up a 1-0 victory, it looks like. off the back of Iron Jugu. Great game to my opponent. Make sure you guys check out all the other what even is this? ICP coaches. Their links will be in the description. Thankfully, we didn't get destroyed this whole entire season. We win one. But yeah, that's going to be about it for me. See you in the next one. Peace.